Hello and welcome to another episode of Quotables. Welcome back. We are doing Star Wars Empire Strikes Back. I am joined by Ernie. Ernie, how the heck are you?
Right now, I feel like I can take on the whole empire myself. That's what it was. We recorded that twice, and then that dude dies like 30 minutes in.
I know. Another one of Ernie's favorite,
Yeah.
quotes, intros.
Yeah,
Try to ignore them. They get better every time. I'm telling you. One day we're gonna one day we'll get it going.
Yeah.
Anyway, we are. So, how are you really? I mean, obviously, you feel like you're on top of the world.
I'm doing well, dude. Honestly,
Good.
you actually brought us some nice chocolate shakes today. Very delicious. Thank you for old time's sake.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm doing well, dude. I know this is your favorite Star Wars movie, so I'm actually excited for you, not for myself.
Yes. Fair warning. I mean, I do have a lot on this episode, and just saying now, at least 3 pages are just Han Solo talking.
That's funny, dude. I had to stop myself from writing shit down.
Yeah, because he's like the whole movie in the
Yeah.
beginning. I was like, but it's fucking sweet. Anyway, shall we jump in?
Of course, yes.
We shall. Star Wars Episode 5, Empire Strikes Back. Fuck, I get all the names mixed up. All right, so we start off with the opening crawl. We got another general overview of the plot. Rebels pursued by Imperial forces, Luke leading freedom fighters, and Vader is pissed. He wants to find Luke by dispatching probes and father him like a good Darth Papa. So, we see the probes dispatched to Hoth, just like the crawl states, looking for Luke, right? And then we get a tauntaun. What's the noise it does? That fucking sounds like Chewie. He started walking right in Chewie.
Wait, before we go in, you know why I like this movie? Like the title fits it so fucking perfectly. Because literally, Empire is striking back fucking hard,
dude. Like, yeah, for like the whole movie, they're striking. That whole Hoth sequence is literally like the first like 40 minutes of the movie.
40 minutes of it,
and it's
for sure.
But it's so good. It's like such a good sequence.
Crazy, yeah.
You see, enter Luke. He's a long way from home, from Tatooine, being on the heat. Now he's in the code. He's all. He's like, where's my old buddy Han? so they're good homies. Even the first one, they were all like kind of weird. But then they had that weird, like at the end of New Hope, that weird kind of like bond. They're like, wish you can come with us, buddy. He's like, oh, I'm sorry, kid. So,
I know, it was kind of weird. He said no, and then he ended up staying with
them.
But
they're all super cool now. But obviously, in Star Wars universe, shit's happening between that we're not seeing. It's not just jumping to it.
I never realized how, but there's like a quite a bit of time that all this has happened. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because they talk about little things they've done. Kind of just like the old ones too, like not the old ones, the prequels. And then we have like this quick shot of like the tauntaun running and Han on top of it, and it looks so fucking awkward. Like the tauntaun just super stop motion. It's fucking sweet though. I like it. Then Luke wants to check out this place, this little like asteroid or something like that. Then he gets attacked by the abominable snowman, and the poor tauntaun struggles. He like pushes the tauntaun's face and it just
it was so weird.
just fucking dies.
Freaking, it's like a half goat, half camel. Freaking tauntaun.
Yeah, it's fucking weird. And then whatever that snowman thing is, that shit look like Chewie, but like, you know,
white.
Oh, come on.
Racial
profiling. And then it shows Han running into the station with that fucking tauntaun again. It looks fucking weird. Everyone's just walking around.
The
noise. Sees Chewie, and Chewie's mad about Han not helping him. But it's funny because like you just see Chewie's movements and it's like it sounds
and you don't know what the fuck he's saying.
And he's just like shaking his head and shaking his arms all pissed off. He's I'll help you in a second. He's all like mad. And then Leia and Han have like this weird little strange, like this awkward look. And then Han's like, I gotta go because, you know, Job is looking for me. You're a good commander, Solo. We could use you back. Something like that, right? And then
that's when she goes to follow him, and then she goes,
she starts to oh, you're leaving.
What about what you need?
And he goes, well, Your Highness, guess this is it. And then like, you know, maybe they fell in love while we were away, right?
Yeah, there's like some weird chemistry between them, and that's what he goes. She goes like, we need you, but what about what you need? He says,
what about you need?
And he goes,
she's
like, I'm gonna stay because of the way you feel about me. But
even before that, she's like, you're leaving? Oh, that's right. He's all, well, don't get Mishy on me. So long, princess. He's all pissed off that she like kind of just says some shit. And he's like, yes, Your Highness. Like he just, and it's all,
that's funny. That's like Leia's like kind of song.
Yeah, that's fucking funny.
Yeah.
And then he like mentions, he's like, oh, I thought that bounty hunter, when we ran into that bounty hunter in Ori Mandel or something like that, like he's like, that's when you had feelings for me or something like that. So another indication that they're having little sweet adventures. But yeah, like, then I have that down. You want me to say because of the way you feel about me? He's like, come on. And he's like, ah. And he's like, afraid I was gonna leave without giving you a goodbye kiss. And she's like, I just assume. Oh, go,
no, you're good. He goes, I just assume and kiss a Wookiee.
He's like, I can arrange that. He's like, you could use a good kiss. But fucking Han sounds like a little bitch. Like he's all sad. Like it's kind of creepy. It's kind of a little creepy, like the way they kind of push it in a little way. I don't know.
Yeah.
But
he's like imposing himself on her a lot.
I know,
like,
but then imagine she ends up kicking the Wookiee and Chewie's just like.
I always felt that like they're probably like banging, but they're like not showing that.
Oh yeah, of course.
You know what I mean?
But it's like weird. But it's weird because, well, we'll talk about it later. What happens? What she does. So now we got enter 3PO and R2, arguing about some shit. R2 informs a mad hand because Chewie pulled the wrong parts on the Falcon, and then Leia was trying to get a hold of him, and he says, "I turned it off. I don't want to talk to her." Like, because trying to get his attention, like to go back.
Yeah.
But then they say like, "Oh, Master Luke never returned." And then Han's like super concerned. He tells that one guy, he's like, "Go find him." He's like. But then the guys like come back super quick with the news. They're like, "Oh, he's nowhere to be found."
He wasn't even on the south.
Yeah, he wasn't. Yeah, something like that. I'm like, but they like it's like whole like one little sequence.
Yeah.
But
what about that? He tells him he goes, "Oh, can we take the speeder or whatever?" Right? And then he goes, "Oh, the speeders aren't ready or something." He's like, "Well, I'll take a tauntaun." And then he goes, "Well, the tauntaun's gonna die on the first marker, right?"
And he goes, "Then I'll see you in hell." And he's like, "Yeah," and he just fucking takes off.
And then again, oh, the fucking creature.
Fucking sweet, dude. Like I just love just the whole time he's just saying one-liners, dude, all fucking day.
It's kind of crazy how he's such a badass, dude.
I know he does it so like charismatically too. It's like you just love him. Yeah. Then you see Luke in the little snowman cave. So what I was confused is like why is this monster saving him? Because like he didn't leave the other tauntaun, because like he could have took the tauntaun if he was hungry, right? But
yeah.
Somehow for some reason he leaves fucking Luke.
Maybe to keep fresh meat.
I guess maybe he's just waiting until he thaws out for a little popsicle stick. But at least he was kind enough to leave his lightsaber close by. He's all just put this right here.
I know it's kind of weird when he fucking puts it like
it's just fucking shoved in the snow, all sweet. And then Luke uses the Force. Yeah, but then like the snowman like notices it like super fast. Like how did he hear that shit? Like
yeah, he's hearing like the fucking
the snow. He's
like,
and then it's funny. It's weird. They do a lot of like these slow motion shots. He does like a slow motion shot of like chopping his arm off. That monster. He does it all slow.
Yeah.
And then Luke just takes off, and it's funny. They show and then it cuts to like Han, and he's riding the stop motion tauntaun, and as he like.
Dude, I didn't know that was stop motion until you just said that.
It's got to be stop motion, right?
I don't even know. Like, when looking at it, I was like, it does look fucking weird, but what are they doing? And yeah, it makes sense.
It's got to be stop motion, yeah. So it's like. But if you look closely, it doesn't even look like Han because when it does the close up of the real Han, it's like he looks totally different. I'm like, what the fuck? It's like the little toys or something like that. And then we come back to like R2's like super concerned, and then this time 3PO's being optimistic about Luke.
Yeah,
tries to reassure him, and he's like, "Don't worry, R2, everything's fine." And he walks away. He's all stupid little short circuit.
Yeah, he's a little stupid little short circuit. He'll be quite all right.
I know he'll be quite all right. Stupid little short circuit.
Gets all pissed about it. Yeah. He's all, we're freezing or something.
No, he's like, my joints are beginning to freeze. Like he said, my joints. This poor joints. And it shows Luke passing out. Han finds him, luckily. Gets off the tauntaun. Tauntaun doesn't look so hot either when he gets off it. Like it zooms into its face and it looks fucking weird. It's like
it's about to die, dude.
I know. It's fucking sweet. And then we go back to the hangar where the shield doors have to be closed for the night. And then once doors and so like Leia's like, no, we can't. But sorry, we have to. It's gonna be night.
Do you know why they have to do it? Just because it's gonna get really cold.
They said something about like it's just not safe to have it out because like shit's going out at night and people can come in or something like that. I forget what it was.
That makes sense. Because I was like, is it because it's gonna get really fucking cold? Or?
Mm-hmm. And then like they see the doors shutting, and then Chewbacca's looking at it, and once it fully closes, he's all. He just fucking screams, and then he does another one right before the scene ends. He goes, He puts his head on the pole. Poor little guy. And then fucking 3PO is just like the probability of them surviving is whatever.
R2 says it's like 7,000 something.
Yeah, no 3PO. Then like Leia just looks fucking pissed. Like just shut the fuck up. It's like you're so annoying.
Fucking robot.
Mr. Roboto. And then we're back to Luke, and you
that's
see
when
Kenobi comes out. That's his little Force ghost.
Oh, that's right.
And he's all. And he goes, Luke, you must go to the Dagobah system. But like, Luke's probably just like, fuck, what about how to get the fuck out of this situation? He just comes out of nowhere, go to Dagobah. And then Han appears to save the day. And then the Tauntaun dies. It just fucking passes out all strange. And then they use it for warmth. And then, it's that fucking way they cut the Tauntaun open looks fucking nasty. It's like, oh.
Yeah, dude. The inside looks like fucking tater tots and shit.
Yeah, and then fucking Han's like, I thought they smelled bad on the outside.
Yeah. You remember that Family Guy clip? And I thought they... and he's just breathing, and he's all, smell bad, and then he just deleted it for a really long time.
It's so stupid. And then the morning comes out, and then there's a patrol looking for Han and Luke, and then they're like, this is Rogue 2. Rogue 2. I'm like, Rogue One. And then Han's like, good morning. I see you guys to drop by. And then that's when they pick him up. And then your favorite scene.
Oh, yeah.
Luke in the tank.
The way he jolts. His body.
He looks fucking chubby. Make him super looks chubby. It's weird.
It's the tube, dude.
It's the tube.
And then they suck him up, and remember they take him up, and it gets all weird.
Oh yeah, and like fucking Willy Wonka or something. He's like, Augustus glue, and that's funny. Like,
why'd you sound Hindu about it?
Augustus glue. I was sounding like Augustus glue.
Okay.
Fucking deck. It's two racial profiling things in one. And then it's funny. Like, and Hans is like, glad you're safe. And then fucking Luke is, thanks to you. Like the way he looks
so
at
weird.
him, they look at each other like,
me, kid.
he's like, that's to you, oh me kid. He just smiles. He's like, but they're just like best friends, like have a little bromance going on. It's kind of cute.
There's another part where like he tells him, are you gonna be good, kid? And they just stare at each other for like, I want to say like a solid 15 seconds, and it's like, but that'll happen later. But I'm just saying, it's so weird.
And then it goes back to, then Han goes back to taunting Leia. He's like, looks like you managed to keep me around a little longer. And she's like, you couldn't let a gorgeous guy like me leave. And then, like Luke seems like super annoyed about it. He's just like, he's like face. He's I don't know where you get your delusions, laser brain. And then Chewie goes, he's like, laugh it up, fuzzball. And then she expressed her true feelings for me. And she's like, why you stuck up half-witted scruffy looking nerf herder? He's like,
scruffy.
Who's scruffy looking? And then Archie's like, wow. He does some shit. And then like Leia turns and like fucking kisses Luke to prove Han wrong. Fucking incest right there.
Oh yeah,
and it's funny. I like how 3PO, like if you notice, like 3PO kind of runs up next to Han and looks too, and then looks at Han like all stupid. He's like, oh dear. But then like fucking Luke puts his fucking hands behind his head all sweet, like he just had some fucking sex, like ball ass sex. So he's like, I was like, what the fuck? Well, that was kind of a little weird.
I never liked that scene, dude. I don't know why.
You don't like it?
I don't like that they kids. Like,
it's just
I
weird.
get it. They don't know that they're siblings, but I feel like, dude.
But there was never felt like a connection like that with them. It was more Han and like Leia.
That's true.
But anyway,
but she did later on says I was like kissing my brother, so it's kind of like.
Oh yeah, he's all. Then the mission control detects something. 3PO says, I'm programmed in 6 million different languages. It could be an Imperial code. So if he does he know or does he not know? I don't know, because he's programmed in 6 million codes, but he doesn't even know what the hell that one code is.
Yeah.
So
you would think that they would fucking like capture a fucking droid from like the Empire and like
R2 and 3PO just never. Oh, like from the Empire, capture one.
Fucking reboot it and keep it.
Maybe.
You know what I mean?
Awful. Anyway. Then like they're out like looking for these probes, and then Chewie like goes, no. I don't know if they're like that was a distraction or just Chewie was just was it? Okay, that's what I figured. And then he goes to the Imperial March, dun, 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 and shows all the ships. And then fucking Vader, that's it. The rebels are there, and then they're preparing an attack.
What's the guy that fucking gets killed after?
There's like a couple of them.
No, I mean the one that Darth Vader chokes. You know,
right there.
Yeah, the Admiral. The original.
He does it like in the screen.
Oh yeah.
Remember he just but it's funny. All the staff does like awkward looks at each other because they're all like kind of scared. Like fucking scared of Vader. Gives
the Admiral Piet or Petey or Piat or some shit. The other guy.
I don't know. I got one of the Admiral later, but
okay.
There's too many. He goes through a couple of them in this movie. He's always fucking them up. And they're always just like, I guess I'll go report the bad news. What you say?
No, you're chilling. I was trying to think because there's that guy that dies that I was trying to tell you, but he tells him like something like he goes, he's all, he's like not he's like stupid, but he goes, he's like he's as dumb as he is foolish or some shit. I forgot what he says. Darth Vader says about that guy, and I was wondering if he wrote that down. I totally forgot to.
I might somewhere.
That's all right.
I don't know if we
Let's
got
keep
there
going.
yet. Anyway, you scared me. And then we're back to the rebel base. We got Han yelling at Chewie to turn off, to turn something off. I forgot what button he's turning off. And then like Chewie's just flipping his shit in the Falcon. He's like, like freaking out. And then we got Luke going into battle.
Yeah.
And it's funny because like when he's leaving, before he leaves, he like grabs fucking Chewie by the neck and he's like and then Chewie gives him like a sweet little bear rug. He's like, all right.
Yeah, he's like scratching his like his
I know.
chin or
And
neck
then
area.
oh yeah, so that's what he's doing. He's
and
like,
then he walks away and then he grabs him.
yeah, he
and
grabs
hugs
him. Oh,
And
that's
he's
so cute.
all right. And that's when he stares at Han. That was
Yeah, and then he just
And he
does
goes,
another awkward stare.
It's just like for like 15 seconds. Like,
Yeah,
good kid.
I know. And then soon they're gonna be kissing cousins.
Oh, that's
If they
right.
keep it up.
So you can date my sister.
And then we go back to the Imperial, and then we see that sweet little pod Darth Vader's in. His little, I don't know, it's like a regen chamber, like where he puts his helmet on.
Oh,
and
that's
shit.
right. I think so.
I think it's sweet. But yeah, he chokes the Admiral through the screen and kills him for failing too much. And then, and then fucking, there's like the rebels are trying to leave Hoth, right?
Yeah,
They're
yeah,
trying to
yeah.
leave the system. And then like when the Admiral's like, good, our first catch of the day.
Oh, I love that. I wrote that down too. He's like,
but
good. Our first catch of the day.
Good fast of the day. And then the fucking transport escapes though, and then everyone's like, yeah, the fucking rebels. And then we get Dak.
Oh,
And he's
hell
like-
yeah, Dak.
He's like, how you feeling, Dak? He's like, it's just like fucking this buddy.
sorry.
Let's bring
He's
it
like-
back.
He goes, sorry. He goes, right now I feel like, he's all, how you doing, Dak? He's all, right now I can feel like I can take out the whole empire or whatever.
Good. He was he was in New Hope, right? He was one of the.
I think so. I think he was one of the guys.
He was the only one that survived with him, right?
Yeah, and then they take off or whatever, and they're doing that whole run. And
Yeah.
then
And that's when the
fucking-
Battle of Hoth commences.
Yeah, and dude, that scene is so fucking cool. Like I've always loved that.
Oh, that whole scene.
Yeah, dude.
He's all Luke. Luke, I have no approach sector. I'm not set. He's all steady, Dak.
Dak is steady, and then he fucking.
And then we see the ATs. They're fucking cool fucking crazy things. And best way to destroy them is to trip them.
Yeah, which is such a flaw.
I know it's fucking stupid out there. All these Imperials have a bunch of flaws in their systems. Luke tells Dak to fire the Tokyo. That motherfucker's dead. He gets shot all fast off.
Yeah, he gets shot right away. He's
But it's like they
he's
get like
Dak,
a,
Dak, he's
they get like
body. Yeah.
they get like a precise shot on him. Like how come it
Yeah.
doesn't explode the whole speeder? You
I
know,
don't
right?
even
That's
know.
just fucking weird.
Just fucking hit him. And you know what's weird too is like, during that scene, like there's the other fighters with him, and he tells him, "Hey, go ahead and do this or whatever," and then like one of them does the hook and whatever, right?
Yeah.
And there's another guy, and he's like fucking bleeding from his nose.
Oh,
remember that?
he's all
and I'm
fucked
like,
up.
And I was like, what are
Maybe
they doing?
maybe it's the elevation and the fucking Hoth. I
You
don't know.
think? I don't know.
And then
dude.
yeah. I don't know. Was it Wedge? Because I know Wedge comes back, right?
I don't recall.
Yeah, because they trip him. I don't know. Yeah, it is Wedge.
Okay.
Yeah, it's fucking funny because like they take down the AT-AT, right? And he's all blasted to finish the job. And like just moments ago, Luke had said their armor was too strong for blasters.
Somebody shot
And
him
as
in
soon
the
as
neck?
he shoots it twice, it just fucking explodes. It's
It's
all-
the neck, yeah, look.
Maybe they just need that angle. They could have flew from above. I don't know.
I
Anyway,
don't even know.
I don't fly speeders. I'm not too familiar with them.
We used to hit swamp rats.
And we used to shoot 2 meter womp rats with my.
T6 back home.
Oh god. And then like Wedge, that got him, and that's what Wedge says. And then Luke goes, "I see it, Wedge. Good work." But he doesn't seem very enthusiastic.
Yeah.
But it's funny,
He just
like
lost
the
fucking Dak in the back.
I know, fucking Dak in the back.
You think about
Dak in the crack.
Dak, I was just right but Dak is like dead in the back of him the whole time,
Mm.
and then like when Luke gets shot down and he crashes,
Uh,
Dak's lifeless body is still there.
he gets fucking stepped out.
Yeah.
The way they show the guys dying in this video is all intense. All the explosions,
Yeah,
they don't
it's crazy.
like it implodes a
one guy
little
goes,
bit.
"Ah!" again, like,
And it has like a cool perspective of Luke crashing into the snow. Remember, it like shows him, it's like, and then poor Dak is stepped on. Like you said, he
yeah,
fucking
dude.
just.
You know what's
chilling there.
crazy is that like they should have like kept in continuity. They should have kept Jeff Porkins, not killed him in the first one. Then he could have been in this battle.
He could have died in Hoth. They could have saved him for at least one more.
Yeah, one more.
I think he plays Jabba later. And then so we got
Wait,
back
Jawa.
to Jabba.
Oh.
You're a wonderful human being.
Yeah, well,
And then we're back to Han, Leia, 3PO, and R2, and Chewie. And 3PO makes a little, it's our only hope reference. This happens a couple times in this movie. Then Leia decides the need to evacuate And I don't know if you noticed, but the camera goes to 3PO, and he has his hands like freaking out, like comical. He's like, oh,
yeah.
wait for me. And then that's when they take out.
When he's running, yeah.
Oh, like it just looks fucking stupid, but that's sweet. And then Luke does like the sweet little zip tie up to like the AT-AT body, fucking destroys it.
And then, you call him AT. I always called him AT.
Oh, fuck it. I don't know what the
no. I don't know what the proper thing is.
Because the other two-legged one is what, ATST?
Yeah,
I think.
Yeah, I think so.
Anyway. So he does that, blows that shit up, which is cool. And then you got that still one left, just fucking everyone up. And maybe the secret of that one is that fucking commander in that AT-AT. Maybe he's just standing there like fucking looking all
intense.
Yeah,
he's just all sick.
Fire! Just kidding. He's just sweet. And then
he shoots down the what's it called? The power.
The generators, right? The power generators, yeah.
Yeah.
And I think yeah. So now and then they show Han and Leia running, you know. I think that's when Darth Vader enters. That's the Hoth base, right?
Yeah,
he comes in. It's all saying.
I think that's his first time that they play his song.
I think it is. Is it?
That's his first. That's like when he actually has a theme. Because like in the New Hope, he has is like really weird, like you know, like just sounds. And this time he has his own song.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Then shows Han, Leia, and running, and 3PO trying to keep up. He's like, hurry up, Goldenrod, and you're gonna be a permanent resident. And then they're trying to start the fucking Falcon, and then Leia's like, would it help if I got out and pushed? And then it might. It's just someday you're gonna be wrong, and I just hope I'm there to see it. And then they escape the clutches of Vader. And then now we cut to Luke leaving Hoth, and he's like, we're going to the Dagobah system. And then fucking 3 goes like, and then so they take off all sweet, because one of my favorites is the Dagobah. So now we're cut back to the Falcon, and then we see the Imperial Star Destroyers are on the Falcon's tail. How did they not go after Luke? Like, how did Luke get out of that? You know, like
I don't know. I was gonna tell. When the fuck did he get a nice ship? Or his X-wing?
They show him leaving. Yeah, he comes back from Hoth after blowing up, and they show him hopping into one.
Yeah, I don't even remember.
Yeah, you don't remember that? Yeah, haven't. It's pretty quick. But like while all that shit's going down, like getting chased, and like the Empire coming in, like they're just taking out. Like, we'll see you later. Because there's a fight in the air, I think.
Oh,
right, and then
they're shooting that fucking blast that like is moving.
Yeah, they don't really like do much with that.
Kind of weird.
But yeah, he takes off, but then that's when it shows like the Falcon getting chased. And there's so many ships just chasing them. And then fucking Han's like, watch this, and then like the engine stalls, and then fucking Leia's like, watch what? I love their fucking band. The banter, they just continue to make it so good. Like it's just classic. They all bounce off each other really well.
You could tell that they had. Well, we always said this.
Yeah, like they had
like
fun.
Now they're having a lot of more fun. You can tell. Like,
well, that's why. That's what I wish, and I wish Luke was into that little area, like with them more, because like they all had like a good like flow, like especially. But it was probably better when Han and Luke were like frenemies.
That's what I was just trying to tell you. Like, I think we talked about this briefly. That I like about the banter that they have, like we discussed, is like that's what the new ones never had.
That's true.
Like even like I think Rise of the Skywalker, they try to do like banter like that, but it didn't work itself out.
No,
it looked like they were just being mean to each other, and we're like, these guys are. It was
friends. Forced. The dark side of the Force. Yeah, you're right.
You had to be awakened to figure that out. Oh dang! I'm sorry, dude. All right.
Anyway, Han goes into the asteroid field. He's like, they'd be crazy to follow us, wouldn't they? And Leia's like, you don't have to impress me. And then and then 3PO informs Han about the odds maneuvering an asteroid field, and a line for the ages: "Never tell me the odds."
Nah,
I hear that one.
Never tell me the odds. Yeah.
Never tell me the odds. You said you wanted to be around when I made a mistake. This could be it, sweetheart. But that whole asteroid scene and sequence is pretty sweet. And it's funny. You even see 3PO fucking grabbing on the Chewie. He's like, oh, like freaking out and shit. He escapes the fighters, and then he goes to hide on an asteroid. Then we cut back to Luke and R2, and then they fucking crash into the Dagobah system. He's like, I'm going to start. No, they're about to crash. And he's like, I'm going to start the landing cycle.
Yeah.
And then they fucking end up crashing in the lake. And then fucking R2 fucking gets launched. Wow! Gets fucking launched out of the thing. But this fucker swims. I'm like, dude, what can't R2 do?
I know, honestly. And then he's like, R2!
He's R2! 3PO! Oh, we don't get that much of that today.
But and then he starts, his little thing goes,
and
he's
it's
R2.
It's
this way. Or something, you know?
Oh, no, I'm sorry. Okay, I went too far on that part when he launched out. He gets out of the ship chilling, but when he gets swallowed by that monster, that's when he gets launched out.
Is that?
And that's when he goes,
yeah, that's right.
Wow!
Yeah,
he just fucking flies. It's fucking, he's, oh, no. And then fucking, He's like, R2, what are we doing here? It's like something out of a dream, or I don't know. Maybe I'm just going crazy.
Yeah.
And I wish Kenobi just came out and just be like, I did tell you, fool.
You sound like fucking Mace Windu.
I know, fuck.
Damn.
Gangsters.
That's Captain Panaka.
Captain Panaka, dude. They should have had him back.
He comes back, dude.
Now we got another play ahead. Then we get to cut to the general walking into Vader's chamber, and he sees him getting his helmet put on, and we see the scarred head for the first time. It looks all nasty. He's like, same thing. And he's like, asteroids do not concern me. I want that ship, not excuses. But fuck, I'd be scared if I had to report to Vader, dude. I'd be like,
he's always
because they're still trying to find him, because they always escape their clutches. Like, they always just keep escaping everything, but they're so hot in their tail this whole movie.
Yeah.
Which is cool. And then we cut back to the Falcon, and then 3PO informs Han asteroid may not be stable, and he's like, and then fucking Han's all, not entirely stable. Wow, I'm glad you are here to tell us these things. He's like, Chewie, take the professor in the back and plug him into the hyperdrive. And then
fucking 3PO, dude.
I know.
Like in this one, he gets a little bit more like
comedic. He's like more comedic relief, especially in the end.
Yeah. This one is, dude. This movie was fucking funny, dude.
It's got a lot of funny moments, but it's super action too.
Yeah. Maybe that's why a lot of people fucking love this movie. Like, it's a great movie.
It's a perfect balance of everything.
Yeah.
Action, romance.
This is like the one movie that I don't watch as much. I always watch New Hope and Return of the Jedi a lot.
Interesting.
But I always skip this one. I don't know why.
I don't know about you. Just kidding. And then the Falcon like rocks back, and then like Leia falls into Han's arms. She's like, "Let go, please." He's like, "Don't get excited." He's like, "Captain, being held by you isn't quite enough to get me excited." And he gets all fucking pissed off. It's just like weird. It's like super it's just super forced. Anyway, then we cut back to Luke and R2, and we get one of my favorite scenes, or my whole favorite segment of this movie is the Yoda. He's like, because Luke's just chilling. He's like, I feel like, and then fucking Yoda goes, feel like what? He's like, we're being watched. He's like fucking
away with your weapon.
Away with your weapon. I mean you no harm. He's all fucking scared. He goes, I'm looking for someone. He's like, looking? Found someone while you have, I would say. I love it because he's just fucking nuts. But and I'm assuming he's just so nuts because being on that fucking Dagobah alone for so long, he just fucking got, and being consumed by the Force and all that. Like he just tried to block everything out. Yeah,
and then he fucking starts eating his food. He's like, don't eat that. That's my food.
No, it's fucking. And he's all, a great warrior. Wars do not make one great. And then that's when he goes to grab the food. He's all, how do you get so big when eating food of this kind? And then he does like this sound when he's climbing on the box. Remember, he like gets up, and it's so cute. It's so cute because he crawls into his little fucking thing. He's like, can I get your ship? And he's like, just going crazy in there. And then Luke's all pissed. He's like, no, like looking for shit. And then
he finds a little light or whatever.
He finds a light, and he's just throwing shit. But he finds a light. He's like, and he's grunting, but he's getting a kick out of that light. Maybe that's like a lightsaber. You know what I mean? Maybe it's bringing him back. He's all, mine, or I will help you, will not, or I will help you not. And R2 attempts to steal it from Leia. He's like, mine. He's like, wow, mine.
Hitting him, right?
And he fucking hits him with the stick. And then Luke, lets the poor soul have it.
Yeah.
I had a lot of these fucking Yoda quotes too. I couldn't. I was like, dude, I gotta chill. I'm having too much fun with them.
Yeah, they're fucking great.
And then Yoda tells him about Master Yoda. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Luke tells him about Master Yoda, where Luke gets excited that he knows. And then he's like, take you to him, I will. He just keeps, everything he says, like, ends in a fucking chuckle, dude. It's fucking sweet. I was going to bring my freaking backpack today, and I totally forgot. Just to have it, because it's just have it as a prop.
That's a little fucking,
I'll be back. Keep, intermission. No, I'm kidding.
Pause the podcast here.
And then we cut back to the Falcon, and 3PO stayed in the office again, and you got Han. He's like, of course we'll have to replace it.
Wait, I want to say something before I fucking forget.
Go.
You ever play the game Jedi Power Battles at all? It was for the PlayStation 1.
No.
You played as Qui-Gon Jinn and Obi-Wan Kenobi and in Phantom Menace, basically. No. And like when you would collect like certain shit, like collectibles or something,
would it go?
Yoda's voice from this movie would go.
No shit!
I swear to God, and I always fucking remembered that. He's all.
I gotta play that game.
It's fucking sweet, honestly.
And then we got back to the creepiness of Han. He's like, scoundrel. I like the sound of that. He's like, you're trembling. He's like, you like me because I'm a scoundrel. There aren't enough scoundrels in your life. And they have that forced kiss, but Leia's into it. But don't worry, like you get the little background music to make it not as scary. It's like,
not as rape.
And then 3PO comes into cock like, sir.
He gets on his back. He touches his back.
He's like, thanks, thank you. He's like, you're very welcome. Then we're cut.
What a cock block, dude. The goldenrod.
Goldenrod. That's what he calls us. Then he cut to Vader. He goes, they're alive. And he always says that shit. He's like, Vader does not believe the Falcon was destroyed and wants the field searched thoroughly. Then the Admiral informs him that the Emperor wants to talk. That's the first look we get at the Emperor, right? At this.
Yeah, this is the first time we see him now.
Just like, we kind of got Yoda this movie and the Emperor. Coincidence? What is thy bidding, my master? Darth says that sweet ass. So that's another good quote people use. There's a great disturbance in the Force.
The offspring of Anakin
Skywalker. See, it was weird that he says that because, does Vader not remember at that point? Or
I think he knows. I think he just he wants him to differentiate between who he is now, which is Darth Vader,
that makes
who he
sense.
Was. So it's and he's all.
But maybe it's just for non-spoiler sake, they don't want to be like.
True.
But still, that makes sense. What you're saying.
Yeah, I don't know. I always thought about shit like that.
Oh, obviously.
I told you I make excuses for these fucking movies.
You do.
It's like.
I'm surprised you haven't made an excuse for Jar Jar yet. No, we did, huh?
Yeah, we did make excuses for his ass.
He's like, the son of Skywalker cannot be a Jedi. He's like, Vader suggests getting Luke on their side, and the Emperor's like, yes. He's you think this is possible? He's like, he would join us or die, master. And then we're back to Dagobah in Yoda's little hut. He's all, eat hot.
Yeah. And he tells him, and then he smells it. Luke, he's like, oh, he doesn't like it. Or he tastes it, and he doesn't like it. But he's like, fuck it, he's just gonna have a bowl of it. He's like, what are we doing here? We're wasting time.
Yeah, that's what it is. I don't even know what we're doing here. We're wasting time. And but he's talking about his father. He's like, oh, your father's a very powerful Jedi. He's like, you knew my father.
You don't even know him, really.
And then Yoda and Ben have a little sidebar. Like,
it's just weird how he changes, huh? From fucking around to just being the master
super serious.
Jedi.
He's like, much anger in him, like his father. Ben said, and then Ben's like, so was I. So was he. He just keeps saying shit like that. And then
it's just like one line.
And then fucking Luke's like, Ben, I'm ready to be a Jedi. I'm ready.
He hits his head.
He's all sad. Oh, yeah. And then he's giving him Yoda's just giving a super serious talk right there too. He starts saying all this shit. He's like, you are reckless. And then Kenobi, so was I. Which we know he was always getting in fucking trouble. And then Yoda's like, he's too old. He's just all fucking mad. He's like,
so was I, so am I.
But then Yoda reluctantly agrees to train him. He's like, I'm not afraid. He's like, you will be. You will be. Yeah. I was like, damn, that got fucking scary.
Rocking and rolling.
Okay. Yep. So now we're back to the. It's a sweet video. Then we're back to the Falcon, and Leia sees that weird tentacle thing on the window. It just fucking grabs on. Also, and then they go lead to check it out, and then fucking 3PO's all scared. He's like, I'll stay behind and guard the ship. I'm like,
he's not gonna do shit.
Motherfucker ain't gonna do anything.
That's where they're already in the mouth of the
dragon or whatever it's at.
It's like a fucking
it's a worm or
slug or something
earthworm.
they call it.
Yeah, and then
it has a fucking name. It's like marmalade.
It's a moisture worm, bro. Because he's like, there's an awful lot of moisture in here. Maybe that's where they farm. And then Leia, I got a bad feeling about this.
Yeah.
And then you get all those flying fucking Minox. That's what they're called, Minox, something like that.
Yeah.
And it's fun. That weird little worm thing looks so fucking. It looks so cheesy. Like trying to grab him. It's like, looks like a freaking whale.
And then she gets scared.
Mm-hmm. Now we're back to Dagobah, and Luke is, he's training and has Yoda on his back while doing a bunch of flips and shit. And then Yoda's just talking in his ears. And then he's like, the dark side, according to Yoda, is quicker, easier, more seductive. Just kidding. No, he doesn't do that part, but he's like,
I like
the strong child of mine is
the mind of a boy.
The mind of a boy.
It's crazy the way that he says that shit though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then he tells Luke to pursue the feelings he was having. He's like, what's in there? And then he's like, only what you take with you. And that's when Luke has that little vision of confronting Vader.
He tells him not to take it, right?
Yeah, it's weird.
No,
he does tell him to go in there.
But he tells him don't be afraid. He's like, don't take that. You won't need it. But he ends up taking it.
Oh, with the weapon. Yeah.
He ends up taking it, and then that's when he sees,
Yeah, you see, then it gets all slow motion again. And he fucking chops off his head. All fucking brutal, huh?
And then he sees himself.
And then he sees himself. So
the way he fucking goes.
I know.
Blows up.
He's like, ah. So then he comes back out, and then we cut back to the Imperial ship, and that's when we get a first look at the bounty hunters. And like an admiral's like, bounty hunters. He's like, we don't need their scum. And that's when we get a first look of Boba Fett. And you know what? For some reason, I didn't think he ever talked.
No, yeah, he does.
And he's like, as you wish. He has a sweet.
Yeah, I think he tells him Darth Vader ends up telling Boba Fett, he goes, and no I forget what he calls it. No disintegrations or something like that.
No, it's not
and he
that.
tells it he basically from all the bounty hunters, he tells that specifically to Boba Fett.
Oh yeah.
Because at this it's kind of crazy to hear that, because it's like if Darth Vader knows you that you're like fucking that good, like that's some shit. That's high. That's why a lot of people love the fucking Boba Fett, because like they weeded him out like he was supposed to be the top bounty hunter.
I see. Yeah.
But then you saw what happened.
Yeah, he was fucking sweet.
Yeah.
Anyway. Then we see the Republic. Then we see the Republic chasing down and gaining on the Falcon, where Solo makes a decision to go head on the ship. Falcon zooms super fast by, and they appear to be lost. They tell that the admiral to report what happened to Vader, and he looks fucking scared, but he's prepared to take the responsibility. His name is Captain Nita. Fucking need a beer after that shit. But yeah, fucking Captain Nita.
I don't know why I say.
Then we're back to Dagobah. And Luke is upside down with Yoda just standing on top of his leg doing some force yoga. He's like, concentrate. And Luke's just like doubting his teachings the whole time.
Yeah.
I was like, but then like Yoda doubts Luke. He's like, you must learn what you have learned. No, try not. Do or do not. There is no try.
Yeah.
That's the worst fucking He sounds like Chuck from Sarah Marshall.
Oh,
Just do it. Just don't do anything. Don't do nothing.
Don't do it.
I was like, this fucking guy, I don't know what the hell he means. But, just let go of everything. And then fucking just to show Luke that he's not fucking around, and he raises the X-Wing for him. But no, before that, like,
judge me by my
Luke,
size.
And then Luke is almost trying to he almost gets it, and fucking Yoda's eyes get all fucking sweet, all big. And then that's when the fucking Luke's like, it's too big. And he's like, size matters not. Judge me by my size. Do you? There's hope for you, Ernie.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm singing it out. I had that little note
I'm
in there
tired
too.
of it. This was the last podcast we did.
Oh shit! And then that's when Luke gives up, and then fucking Yoda shows him how it's done by raising it. And he's all, I don't believe it. And then Yoda's like, that is why you fail.
Oh, that line.
I know. I'm like, oh,
isn't that crazy?
that hurts,
Dude, that's like in history, that's like the hardest fuck you line.
Oh yeah, that is why you.
That is why you fail.
And then we cut back to Vader. He's killing Captain Nita. He's all, apology accepted, Captain Nita. I'm like,
oh yeah, because he's taking so many people.
He's just killing all these admirals. They're fucking not doing what he wants. He doesn't have fucking Tarkin, bro.
What happened to Tarkin? He died, huh?
He died in the Death Star.
That's right. I forgot.
Falcon has been hiding on the cruiser this whole time. Sly dogs. And then Leia turns off 3PO because he fucking wasn't shutting up. He turns him off all quick, right?
Yeah.
And then we get the Lando mention where to go. He's like, he's a card player. He's a card player, gambler, scoundrel. You'd like him. And he's like, they have to like wait for the trash. That fucking trash they unleash is like weird. That's their trash that they're throwing away. Like,
yeah, that's like
I don't
a
know.
thing. Yeah.
It was weird. But then they detach. But then you see the slave. Is it the slave one or slave two? It's slave two,
one.
right?
Slave one.
But what was Jango Fett's?
Slave one. I don't think
There's
it ever
a slave
changed.
two.
There is a second one?
There's supposed to be a slave two.
Oh, I don't know. I always thought there was slave one.
You damn son of a bitch.
Now I gotta find out because I don't know. But like, it's kind of
slave
crazy
two.
because he's slave two. Really? That's crazy. Oh, I guess I don't fucking know.
Yeah, it says owned by Boba Fett. Slave one was owned by Jango Fett.
Wow. Do you think it was the same ship, but they changed it up or something?
He just fucking spray painted it.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Maybe
thinking.
he's all, this number 2, bro, because they never showed what happened to that ship. And obviously he knew how to fly it, like
Yeah, he took
young
it.
Boba.
And he knew how to fire too.
Huh?
He knew how to fire.
Oh
the
yeah,
guns.
fire! Stupid ass. And then we're back to Dagobah. And fucking Luke feels that Han and Leia and them are all in danger, but Yoda's like, no, don't go, like, cause like he's still in training and he's not ready, and even fucking Kenobi's like, oh. Yeah, and then
He's like, Leia, Han.
Yeah,
He's like,
yeah,
and
exactly.
that's when he falls
and
or whatever.
then, sorry, I got like mixed up. I was trying to combine these, but I'm gonna cut because we're gonna come back to that scene. We're cut to Bespin, Cloud City. Han is granting landing access where he sees Lando. So why you slimy double crossing no good swindler? And then he thinks he's like gonna charge at Han, but then he gives him a hug instead.
How you doing, old pirate?
And you know how I said like they call like Leia?
Yeah.
Leia introduces herself as Leia.
Yeah.
So she's right. They're all wrong. But Lando gets all fucking smooth criminal with her. He's like and you are beautiful. I was kidding. I didn't do that. But fucking then we see 3PO. He sees a similar 3PO and it says Ichuta. And then 3PO responds, how rude. Jar Jar reference.
I didn't catch that.
He kind of says it like it.
How rude.
I was like, how rude. He wanders off and gets blasted by an unseen mana droid, which is revealed to be a stormtrooper, I think, later.
Yeah.
Chewbacca's super concerned. Then we cut back to Dagobah. And then Luke is ready to leave. You know, and that's when he's like, that's when Kenobi steps in as the Force Ghost to like talk with Yoda and try to convince him. And then fucking Yoda has another hard line. He's like, if you choose the quick and easy path as Vader did, you'll become an agent of evil. I'm like, damn, this guy's fucking.
Yeah, good boy. He's seen all this shit already.
Yeah,
right?
he's seen it all, and he knows what's gonna happen if he succumbs to the dark side. You know, Luke doesn't want to listen though. He continues to leave. Obi-Wan puts his hands up. He says, Luke, don't give in to the hate that leads to the dark side. And they're both disappointed that they couldn't stop him. He's like, that boy is our last hope. And then he's like, no, there is another. So maybe, you know, he's talking about Leia, right? Or maybe Rey, though.
Oh, maybe.
Or Finn.
Or Poe Dameron.
Or Poe. All those. Or Kylo.
I always thought it was Leia, but you're probably right. It is.
No, for sure. It's like because they didn't have a plan for that shit
Rey,
before.
then.
But
yeah.
I think they maybe made that in the new Star Wars to like connect something. But I don't think so. Because at this point, you know, Leia would have been. I mean, Rey would have not have been born at that point. She'd been whenever Darth Sidious decides to fuck. Because then she like the descendant of him.
Well, Darth Sidious has. I thought that wasn't his kid. That was his niece and nephew.
Something, yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
So they're not his.
No, yeah, but well, he fucks, and then you know they give that spawn. Anyway.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how kids. That's how babies are made.
Thank you for letting me know.
You're welcome. Cut back to Cloud City.
Wait, they aren't cloned like the Metachlorians? Go ahead, continue. Sorry, go.
Cut back to Cloud City. Han and Leia are in like that room, and then like Luke's gonna be pissed when he sees this shit, because he had a boner for her.
Mm-hmm.
They're having a little talk. She's like, I don't trust Lando. He's like, my friend. She's like, I don't trust him either, but he's my friend. And then it shows Chewie finding the parts of 3PO, and 3PO's all fucking damaged. Yeah. And I don't know if you noticed those aliens in there. They kind of resemble the one in Mandalorian. The guy that says like, I have spoken.
Oh yeah.
Right? Is that the same species? I wonder if that's the same species. They kind of resemble him a little bit. And I was like, and then we got Lando comes in with his little swagger, invites him for a refreshment, and like he's talking about, he tells Leia, like, "You're looking beautiful." He's like, he's that sweet smile. And I was just thinking about it, and fucking Donald Glover fucking nailed him, dude. And like I was like, damn, that's so good.
This is random, but what's the character? Or Lando Calrissian? What's his the actor's name? I forget his name right now. Shoot.
Oh, shit, I forget his name.
No, you're good. So while you look that up. He did a Colt 45 commercial.
Billy D. Williams,
thank you. He did a Colt 45 commercial when he was like big at this time. He's a Colt 45, and he sounds like fucking Lando Calrissian,
Sweet,
and I was like, goddamn hell yeah, dude, that's awesome.
That is fucking sweet.
Now I kind of want a Colt 45.
Let's go get one. So Lando, they're talking about the Empire. He's like, I just made a deal with the Empire. Is going to keep him out forever, which means betraying Han. We get a shitty apology from Lando. It sucks. He's like, at that point, you're just like, fuck this guy, but he's actually a cool character. And then it's cool because like Han shoots at Vader, and then fucking he force stops the bullets.
Yeah, shit's fucking sick.
I'm like, damn.
And then that's when he stops him, and then he goes, "Oh no, that's later on." But he tells him, "You said no harm, come to them."
Yeah, exactly.
And then he tells him like he goes. Darth Vader says, "He's all I didn't change the plan," or what does he say?
We'll get there.
Yeah.
I have it down somewhere.
Good.
I don't want to get all discombobulated if I go ahead. then it shows like Chewie in like a cell, I guess. Oh no! First they're like showing like they're gonna like hurt Han somehow. Like he's putting him in like some weird heat thing to torture him. Remember? And they're like, we're not gonna kill him. Well, they don't.
They're just torturing him for no reason.
They're just torturing
they're
him.
not even.
He even says that they didn't even ask me any questions.
Yeah, they're just fucking him up.
And then yeah, it shows Chewbacca in that cell. And then so like, how did he was allowed to go back for 3PO after that? Like it was weird because like all of a sudden he just had him with him, you know?
Yeah.
Like they would. I don't think they would have let him. But anyway. And then fucking he's trying to put him back together, and 3PO's like, I'm backwards, you flea-bitten furball. Only an overgrown mophead like you would do something stupid enough. And then Chewie just shuts him off before he says anything else. Oh god, dude, this guy just fucking goes off. He's always just mad. Poor 3PO.
Yeah.
One day he's gonna save us all. But does he? So then you see,
I'm just looking at my friends.
My friends free. Yeah, and that's when Lando and Vader are discussing the terms, and Lando's like super upset that he's giving Han to Boba Fett. So that wasn't part of the deal. And then he's like, and he's saying like Leia and Chewie can't leave the city. And he's like, this deal getting worse all the time. He's all pissed off. He's all, I've changed the deal. Like he says it all fucking sweet, but he says something else later.
Yeah, he tells him like, just be happy, or like, just be glad that I'm not altering it.
Yeah.
And then like if you pay attention, like. Billy or Lando Calrissian kind of grabs his throat like this, and I think he kind of might have force choked him a little bit to kind of show him. So he goes like this. He goes,
"Oh shit, I don't
know if you noticed that. Yeah, it was kind of weird."
Then we show Luke is seen approaching Cloud City, but it's a trap set by Vader, who's getting ready to test the carbon freezing on Solo. And then Boba's like, "What if he doesn't survive? He is worth a lot to me." But Vader doesn't give a fuck. He's all, "It'll be fine. We have to test it," or something like that. And then Chewie freaks out, starts like throwing all the stormtroopers all off. Yeah. And then like, and it's funny because he has the fucking 3PO on his back the whole time. Huh?
Yeah.
And then, which is weird. I don't know why the Empire would even allow them to have him like have 3PO. Ham calms him down, kisses Leia. And then we get another quote for the ages. Leia says, "I love you," and Han's like,
"I know."
So sweet, fucking scoundrel.
I think he added that line
probably
himself.
Improvised it, huh?
Yeah, like I think Harrison Ford.
He was probably supposed to say "I love you too," but he just said like,
nice,
"I know."
I think that's even better than
that was way better because it's fucking famous now. It's like it's fucking sweet. It's always getting referenced.
Kids, don't say that to your significant others. It doesn't work. I've tried. It doesn't work.
Oh shit! You sleep outside that night. That's when you hit me up.
That's when I slept with Carlos. Relax.
Han is frozen in the carbon. Such a brutal punishment.
Oh yeah, that's dude, and then his face away.
Yeah, it looks fucking crazy.
Yeah,
it's weird.
nuts.
Like he was like handcuffed, and then his hands are all of a sudden up. Like I don't know, maybe it burned it off. Because he goes in with like his hands cuffed, right?
Does he?
He gets lowered. I'm pretty sure, and then like when he gets up, his hands are up. But
yeah,
I don't know. Maybe it burned it. I don't know. But Lando assures them that he's alive. Vader changes shit up again and tells Lando to take Chewie and Leia to his ship. And he's like, "I'm altering the deal. Pray I don't alter it any further." He says to him.
Oh, that's what I was talking about. Yeah.
I think that's when he chokes him. That's when he does a little choke. And then we go to Luke. He's shown sneaking around, but R2 is like super loud. And he's like, "Wah!" Like just to fucking totally blow his cover. And that's when Boba like shoots at Luke because he was escorting, I think Leia. He was escorting Leia. No, he was escorting the carbon because he was trying to take Han back to his ship. And then Leia's just like, "It's a trap." And we get that sweet ass dude. I don't know, Akbar. We don't get him yet, but
no, yeah.
But she's like, "It's a trap."
Yeah, she's.
And then Luke is brought to that carbon.
I'm all like when I was looking at you and you were saying, I was like, he comes out there.
No,
he doesn't. Not yet.
Luke is brought to the carbon freezing room when he encounters Lord Vader. "The Force is strong with you, young Skywalker. But you're not a Jedi yet." I used to have this fucking big, like, not life size, but like it was a pretty decent size doll. Like you press the button and like he'd say that, and it goes, and it'd kind of move like him swinging his.
I had that shit too.
You know what I'm talking about? Oh yeah, that shit was fucking sweet. It was great. And then Vader and Luke are starting to duke out. I like that whole like scene, how it's set up, how they're fighting. It's
how
just,
that looks.
It's like dark and like just looks super cool. That was really dope. And then, then it shows Lando, he's freeing Chewie, Leia, and 3PO, and like Chewie tries to choke his ass out. He's like,
oh, that's right, yeah.
But they give him a second chance. He's like, "I'll take you to Han. I'll take you to Han." And then that's when that's when R2 ends up meeting with them, like, and then fucking 3PO's like, "At least you're still in one piece." Oh, some stupid shit.
Yeah.
He always says some stupid shit. Then Then we go back to Vader and Luke. My fucking voice. We go back to Luke and Vader fighting, and then Vader does a sweet ass gliding off the stairs. You remember that?
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
He's all just fucking sweet. And then like even Luke does a sweet force jump too. Remember he goes in the cargo
when he
chamber
goes in the thing.
and he starts the process, but Luke does that sweet ass jump. It's like damn. And then Vader's just like impressive, most impressive. And that's not toy would be like you're not a Jedi yet. I think Vader's kind of getting a kick out of his son's force abilities. Getting his capabilities. I'll release your anger. Only your hatred can destroy me. And like,
do you think at this point, like, he hasn't seen any other Jedis?
Vader?
Yeah.
Well, he saw Kenobi.
Well, yeah, but that was his last one.
Oh, like a fresh one,
Yeah,
like off the streets. Yeah, probably not.
You made him sound like a whore.
I know.
Fresh one off the street.
Dance whore. And then Luke kicks his ass off the platform. And then they find each other again. They have like a sweet fight where fucking Vader starts throwing shit at him. And then like Luke flies out of the window due to the suction. But like manages to catch on and save himself. Then we're back to Lando and the gang. Lando advises the city to evacuate. R2 opens the door to reveal the Falcon. But before that, like 3 feels like, just open the door, you stupid lump. And then he opens the door and he's like, I never doubted you for a second. It's fucking stupid ass up. So he's just like comedic purposes in this whole segment. Like just a little light on this situation. But I'm like, did we really need it? But I don't find him as annoying as I like did like in the prequels, you know?
Or in the prequels?
The prequels, yeah.
Okay.
You're all good.
Then I was kind of sad. I was like, yeah.
Yeah, he's fucking annoying.
He is fucking annoying in those movies, but he's a little bit more. I feel like better in like the older ones. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
for sure.
The older ones are the prequels.
Oh shit!
Gets confusing. So now we're back to Luke trying to find his way out when Vader comes and attacks out of nowhere. After a heated battle, Vader cuts off Luke's hand. He's like, ah! Does that sweet little scream?
Yeah.
And then Vader tries to seduce him to the dark side. He's
like, I like this part.
He's like, Obi-Wan never told you what happened to your father. Or there's more to it.
Yeah,
if you're trying to add something.
I got it, dude. Right
Go
here.
Oh, shit. Do it.
He said, Obi-Wan never told you what happened to your father. And then Luke goes, he told me enough. He told me you killed him. And then Darth Vader says, no, I am your father.
But didn't you always think it was Luke, I am your father?
Yeah, I thought so too.
Yeah, that's always how it's been interpreted, but
it's never
wasn't
been
like
that.
that.
Yeah.
And he's like, no, that's not true.
No,
that's impossible. It was fucking
you know, it's nuts. It's in that scene itself. Like, you know, he finds that out and he's just like, you fucking like his like brain's like, what the fuck?
Mm-hmm.
And then when he's all join me and he's trying to grab him to help him.
Join me and together we can rule the galaxy as father and son.
And then he fucking throws himself.
Yeah.
He didn't think he was gonna survive that. He thought he was gonna die. Like he did that to die.
Probably because he
didn't do that to like
succumb,
he didn't want to succumb to that.
But like Vader before, he's saying that he can destroy the Emperor. So is that Vader's intention? He wanted to dethrone the Emperor, maybe?
I think
or
he always
just
wanted to since the beginning. He just wasn't powerful enough anymore.
That's true. He wants to just be all powerful.
At one point when I was younger, I always believed, and I don't know if I never looked into this. I always thought that Palpatine or Sidious had some sort of like force ability that was helping Vader live. Does that make sense? Like giving him some sort of life force. Maybe. That's how he stayed alive.
Yeah, maybe.
But I never knew because once he dies, Sidious, you know how he dies.
Mm-hmm.
Darth Vader he dies.
Spoilers. Well, that's because he gets shocked.
Is that okay?
Yeah, remember. Well, we'll dive into it more. You just fucking ruined it. No, I'm just kidding.
Skip.
Yeah, and then fucking, you know, Vader's like, what the fuck? He just jumped down, and then like Luke conveniently, you know, lands outside on a pole, and then he asks for Ben, but like prior to him leaving Dagobah, Ben was saying he wasn't going to be with him, memories, and then like, but then he signals Leia because she has the Force too.
Leia.
And then they finally get him, and then they catch them. They catch Luke, like they end up getting him, and then the Falcon's having trouble going to light speed, and Vader's gaining on him, and Vader attempts to try to seduce Luke again. He's like, son, come to me. But like, you know, he's in bed. He's a father, and he's like mad. He's like, Ben, why didn't you tell me? He's like all mad about it, right?
Yeah.
R2 saves the day, fixes the hyperdrive. Vader is not amused. So they get away from them finally. This whole is like literally just taking place like in a whole like little sequence, right? Like nothing.
Yeah. Dude, the movie feels like it's like 2 hours, but it feels like
it's just like a whole
20
day,
minutes fucking pass by dude, when we're watching it for some reason.
And then so is Luke getting his robot hand. Leia stays with him, and then Lando and Chewie are leaving to go and try to find Han.
Yeah.
Film ends with Leia, Luke, 3PO, and R2 watching the Falcon fly away, and thus we will return for Return of the Jedi. That went a little bit faster than I thought.
I thought so too. Right now, as you were finishing it, I'm like, damn, that is the end already.
I know, it was the end. When I was typing this, I'm like, fuck, dude, this movie, I think, took me like an extra like 45 minutes because I kept stopping it and like typing shit up. Yeah. But yeah, man, that's it. That's that Empire Strikes Back, one of the faves. What is your rating out of 10? I don't know.
Out of 10.
What's up?
I give it a fucking on it. What's up? Honestly, I give it a freaking.
Like that, don't you?
I give it like an 8, dude. For me,
an 8.
Yeah, like
so it's not your favorite.
It's not my favorite one, but I like watching it again. I enjoyed it a lot, dude. And it's one of the greater movies, honestly, of the whole series. I just was when I was watching it, I missed. I don't know what it was, but I missed like the first one, like that charming appeal of it, like being like. I guess because this one was more daunting, like there was like more bad shit going on. It wasn't as lighthearted as the first one, kind of, where like Luke is barely kind of figuring shit out.
That's true.
But it was sick. It was like good.
More naive.
Mm-hmm.
He's
but it was a good. It was a great movie. Honestly, I don't know why I said 8, dude. I would have given it a 10. It's a fucking great fucking movie.
I'd give it like a 9 or a 10. Yeah, I'd be around that area.
Like a 9 or a 10.
I give it all kinds of numbers up.
I'll give it a 15.
Fuck a day. Yeah, dude, I really enjoyed this movie. It's a lot of fun. Yoda, like my favorite thing ever. Like just crazy Yoda. I wish we got more of it. We did get a lot of it, but like I wish we had more of it.
Yeah.
Like his own little side quest.
So, he does make a return in like the newer ones, but it's like really short lived.
Well, he does do that Muppet one in the.
Yeah, he does a
what
Muppet.
Is it? It's fucking Return of the Fallen Jedi, something like that.
The Last Jedi.
The Last Jedi, yeah, he does that.
No, it was probably Rise of Skywalker. No, it's the one where it's Last
Jedi.
Jedi.
Before that.
That's the one where
I only liked it because of that.
You know what we got to start doing for these movies? That I want to tell you is now we're already at the end. So if you listen to it this far, you're like, fuck, you already spoiled it. But we should always say in the beginning, like, hey, this is a spoiler. Fucking you got to review because we literally just said the whole fucking movie.
These are older movies.
I know.
And if you haven't seen them, like.
Dude,
it's your own damn fault.
I met someone that
it's
said
all
that
over the internet.
I met someone that said that they didn't watch the old Star Wars movies, and I'm like, how the fuck do you go out without life? Like that's like those are like, it's like you know how I say the Casablanca. No, Casablanca, and you know the stupid ass movies. Like people watch those movies. You know what I mean? Like this is like one of those movies. Like it's in history,
There's
bro.
Older
like,
movies.
You need to watch.
It's true.
But
you can't. Maybe eventually. Because it sucks because people are watching the newer ones and like not these ones. Like, these are the good ones. Like these are the ones you need to watch.
It's kind of crazy how like we like these movies, but then
we don't
you hear
like the
people of the new. Yeah, you hear people that started with the new ones. They fucking love them. Like Rey is like their.
Yeah.
They're Anakin. They're Luke Skywalker for them. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Luke Skywalker.
Yeah. Or Leia, I guess. Yeah.
Finn is their.
Because Leia's there too.
I don't know. They're just Captain Panaka. They say
Captain Panaka. I'm glad that guy made a comeback in this podcast, dude. He's a fucking star.
He's the star of this podcast. So next week we'll do Return of the Jedi, and then after that it is open game.
Open season, as they say. I'm going straight to Force Awakens. I'm just kidding.
No. We gotta take a Star Wars hiatus for a while.
Yeah, it's gonna be like a month of not Star Wars, and then it's gonna go back to Star Wars.
We'll have to do Spaceballs at some point.
Yeah, for sure. I think maybe after like Return of the Jedi ends, then we can do the other ones, and we'll do the Spaceballs.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we'll think about that later. We'll discuss it amongst ourselves. Also, we are on Twitter at Quotables _. Everything's everything is lowercase on that Quotables. Feel free to send us a message. Let us know how we're doing. Maybe a movie you want us to do. Just talk about and try to have some fun with. Obviously, sorry, we love the Star Wars franchise, but we're almost done. Bear with us. So we'll see you next week for Return of the Jedi. You got anything else for us, Ernie? Or you got
dude, I
don't
know why.
Closing arguments. No sweet.
I don't know why I said it so fucking loud too. No,
I'm so fucking pissed.
Yeah, dude, I'm done, dude. Honestly, Captain Panaka over here.
He'll be our guest. He'll be our guest star next week.
Yeah, dude. Oh, one of these days, that guy's still alive. Probably we'll get him in the podcast.
We'll get him in. Really one of these days.
Yeah, dude. I want to know his mind process of that character. Why he's
well, I was kidding. Anyway.
Well, they told me that he was a gangster, so I said it. No.
Fucking
But yeah,
yeah.
no, dude. Honestly, nothing. I'm excited to do Return of the Jedi as well. I always fucking am excited. I don't know.
Yeah,
I like doing podcasts, so
Me too.
it's fun.
It's fun to talk. But anyway, yeah, we'll see y'all next week. Thanks again for listening to another exciting episode of Quotables.
Boom.
Cue us out, Ernie.
All right. Bye.